despite a nearly 12-hour-long discussion between the two sides to resolve friction issues along the line of actual control. In the western sector, the 16th round of the India-China Corps Commander meeting, held on the Indian side of the Chushul-Moldo border on Sunday, did not result in a breakthrough. The joint statement, issued in New Delhi and Beijing, described the military dialogue as constructive and forward-looking, but did not specify any outcome or detail any significant breakthrough. The two countries stressed that the dispute should be resolved through dialogue as soon as possible, so that peace can be maintained along the border and relations can be taken forward. Both countries said they are committed to promoting peace and bilateral relations on the LAC. From the Indian side, all three ongoing standoffs at patrolling point 15 near the Kugrang Nala in the Chang Chemo sector, the Charding Ninglung Nala track junction at Demchok, and the critical Depsang Bulge area have been put on the table since the Corps Commander level talks took place. The placement of more Chinese tents on the Indian side near the Charding Ninglung Nala track junction at Demchok is not thought to be too difficult to resolve. But the main source of concern is the People's Liberation Army's significant encroachment in the Depsang Bulge, a tabletop plateau at an altitude of 16,000 feet, that leads to the vital Dollar-Beg Oldie and Karakoram Pass, in the north. While agreement to break away from patrolling point 15 was close in the last few rounds of talks, but China refused to discuss other hotspots, Demchok and Depsang, claiming they were not part of the current standoff. The Depsang Plains. The Depsang Plains are part of India's subsector North, SSN. The SSN is bounded on one side by the Siachen Glacier, and, on the other by the Chinese-occupied, Aksai Chin. The current LAC crisis predates the trouble at Depsang Plains, a 972 square kilometer stretch, strategically important for India. But the importance of the Depsang Plains lies in its geographical location. The strategic and military threat to the plains is the greatest along the eastern Ladakh, which is also part of the SSN. But more than being a strategic offensive area, the Depsang Plains are actually more of a defensive feature in nature. According to sources, the Chinese have been obstructing Indian patrols that travel on foot beyond the bottleneck area, or Y junction. The Chinese have been preventing India's patrol from reaching bottleneck areas such as PP11, PP12, PP12A, and PP13. And this has been happening prior to the current LAC tensions. The SSN, which includes the Depsang area, is also strategically significant. The DS-DBO road passes through this area, which is close to the Karakoram Pass. And in this area, India has strong defenses. Considering that the SSN is located to the east of the Siachen Glacier, control of the glacier is crucial for India. This is the region that saw a lot of action during the 1962 India-China War and contains the Indian advanced landing ground of Dollar-Beg Oldie, as well as contested areas of the Depsang Plains, where Indian and Chinese border patrols have recently engaged in numerous clashes. In the past 2 years, China has built massive amounts of infrastructure, housing and support structures to maintain troops close to the LAC, changing the ground situation. And close to the LAC, more than 50,000 troops and heavy equipment continue to be deployed on both sides. As stated by the Army Chief, India has built infrastructure and improved its capabilities to respond to any Chinese misadventures. India has also reoriented its forces, increasing the number of forces available along the line of actual control. And, whether or not a situation worsens in the future, which is very difficult to predict, India is prepared to handle whatever comes its way.